Hey everyone, it's Bree, and I'm back with another scrapbook process video for the SpiegelMom Scraps design team. And I'm going to be working with two of the sequin mixes from the October 2020 release. I am going to be using Black Eye Susan as well as Wildflower Meadow, and that one was designed by our very own sparkler, Sarah Scraps, and it is gorgeous. So as soon as I saw both of these, I knew that I wanted to create a Halloween layout using both of them. I wanted to create a shaker using the Wildflower Meadow mix because it has smaller sequins and they're green and they're so pretty, and I thought it'd be perfect for a shaker. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the background for my layout. I have got some shimmers on my desk right there, and I'm just going to do basic splattering. I'm not going to do anything crazy. I just wanted a little bit of splatters in the background, and so I kept it very simple. I think it's a Vibes in Night Moves. I used Love Ocean number 9, and then I believe that one is Mustard Seed up at the top. But I am going to add I forget what that. There's a peach one, and I can't remember the name. If I can remember, I will try to stick it down in the description box below as to what shimmers paints that I used. So now that I have the blue, the yellow, and then the orange, I'm going to go ahead and add the black. I did pick some of the color up with my paper towel. That way none of the colors really bled together. As soon as I added the black, I wanted the black to kind of stand up on top of the rest of the colors without, blending and bleeding into each other. Okay, so I am going to be using the Crepe Paper Hey Pumpkin collection. I had picked this up last year, and I think it was like a peachy cheap deal. So I only got like the ephemera pack, puffy stickers, and the 6x8 paper pad. And the cardstock stickers. So I kind of wanted to show y'all that even if you only have a little bit of a kit, or you have leftovers, not a kit, I'm sorry, if you have leftovers of a collection, or you only have certain elements of a collection, you can totally make a page by just using what you have. So I took this ephemera piece right here. It had 3 like iridescent stars in the middle of it, and they were perforated so you can punch them out. And I thought, oh my gosh, that would be perfect to create a shaker with, and it would be perfect for the Wildflower Meadow sequins that I wanted to use. So what I'm doing here is I've taken my Scotch foam tape, and I've folded it over to create like a double foam layer, I guess you could say. Usually for my shakers, I use 1 layer of foam, but for this one, I wanted to use 2 since they were smaller sequins. I wanted them to shake more freely, and I didn't want them just to kind of sit like, just as a display. I wanted it to freely shake. So that's what I did. I went ahead and folded the foam tape on top of each other, and then I used my nonstick scissors to trim a very thin strip so that way I can maneuver it around those stars. And a tip here is nonstick scissors as well as removing the release tape from your foam adhesive so you can turn or curve or make your foam tape go around whatever shape you need it to go around. So now I created 3 different pockets or little wells here. That way the sequins would stay in its own little cell, I guess you could say, and that way the sequins are visible under each star. So I'm backing it with some vellum, and I'm going to trim this off here, and I'm going to show you here in just a second how it shakes. And you can see them move very freely here, and they are perfect for these little star shapes because the sequins are so small. I just love how this turned out. And yeah, so even if you didn't have like a piece of ephemera that would allow you to create a shaker, you can break out your punches, and you can punch your own shapes in a piece of ephemera. You could trace and cut your own with like an X-Acto knife or a blade. You can, create a shaker honestly out of anything, and you don't need acetate. You could use packaging. You could use a vellum. You could make it like a cloudy shaker. You can use whatever you want. And I'm just trying to teach y'all or show y'all just different techniques to create shakers and just kind of use what you have. And that's what I'm doing here. I have the 6x8 paper pad. I don't have any other paper for this collection. I don't have any 12x12 papers, nothing. So I decided to go ahead and cut a bunch of strips in 1 inch, I think 3/4 of an inch, and down to a 1/4 inch, basically, to make some skinny ones or skinny strips. And all I'm doing is I'm staggering them around my page, and kind of staggering them and making them like kind of stand out and try to make the colors complement each other and keep the oranges like I can't even talk, evenly distributed around the page. So so I've got those adhered down, and I adhered my shaker as well. And that's a photo of my two sons. They were little here. I think this was like in 2010 maybe. And we had gone to a pumpkin patch, and they were painting pumpkins, and it was just so much fun. So I decided to back the photo with a few papers from that 6x8 paper pad, and now I'm just embellishing. I had fussy cut like the homes that you see down at the bottom and then up at the top left. And then I also fussy cut those cute little figurines or figures. It's like a witch, a ghost, and I think she's dressed as a cat. I can't remember. But anyways, like I said, I didn't have much of this collection, and I liked the smaller elements. I wanted to create somewhat of a scene, and I even fussy cut a tree and then like a bat with a cloud on the bottom right. So I created a little scene using those pieces that I fussy cut. And that's also another tip. If you have, if you don't have a lot and you have these, elements in pattern paper, definitely cut those out and fussy cut and just see what you can create with them. And that's what I did. So I'm just going around with these adorable puffy stickers from that collection. And for my title, it's just Boo to You. It's just one of those banners. It doesn't really go with the photo because they're not dressed up like ghosts. They're just decorating pumpkins. But I just liked how it looked, and I just went with it. The whole page is just Halloween anyways, so I thought it worked. All right, so I'm just adding some stars and adding some smaller elements around the page. I added a couple bats and a pumpkin underneath my photo. And then I'm going to go ahead and start sprinkling on the Black Eyed Susan sequins around the page. There are yellow, orange, there's little black ones, there's little tiny orange shiny ones, and these were perfect to just sprinkle around like confetti and just to add that finishing touch. That's what I love. If I'm not making a shaker, I love to just sprinkle the sequins around the page. So so they highlight the layout and then allow your eye to move around the whole page. And also adding like the smaller elements like the scene, it kind of makes you check out the rest of the page to see what other things are on it, so when I do add sequins around certain clusters, it kind of allows your eye to move around and kind of see, oh, okay, well, that's super cute, like what else is there around the page. So yeah, I love working with smaller elements. It's so fun. And now that I fussy cut those little houses, I want to like get more so I can make other cute little scenes. But anyways, yeah, so that is basically my layout. I had so much fun creating this. I love scrapbooking Halloween. It's just fun. We love Halloween at our house. And I had a lot of fun with this page. So use my code Brianna15 to save you 15% off in the shop. Here is my final layout. I hope I've inspired you in some way today to create a little sequin shaker using an ephemera piece, or to make a layout using whatever you have left of a collection. So thank you so much again for commenting and watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.